comic fans, and it's time for the previews of the comics coming out this week. So we're gonna hit you up with what DC dropped today or tomorrow in your comic shops, plus what every other publisher is putting out tomorrow on Wednesday. So let's get into the comics right after this.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Welcome back. All right, so let's get into the comics. You know how we do. But first, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, go ahead and throw me a thumbs up and comment down below. Let's get into the books. We're going to start off with the spec books this week. Right off the bat, we have Avengers number 53. And this book is, by all accounts, blowing up on eBay right now, blowing up in shops. It's definitely a book that people are looking to pick up this week. And why is that? Because we have something happening with the Black Panther. And so we have the first appearance in this book of the Red Panther moniker and suit. All right, nothing on the cover. I'm assuming that'll be in the second print or in Avengers issue 54. We'll probably see whatever the Red Panther looks like. Jason Aaron writes this, so you know you're also going to get a good story along with the spec. All right, and yeah, we'll just take a quick little look at a few of the covers here. Right, you got that Miles cover, the Sway Black History Month variant, and then you have the Romero X Gwen variant. All right, so that's pretty much there. You got David Curiel and Javier Garrón on the cover. That is Avengers number 53, debut of the Red Panther moniker and suit. Alright, what else are we specking on this week? We have Land of the Living Gods from Aftershock Comics. This is an indie book. This book I think right now is going for 20 to 30 bucks. The Avengers book I think was like 10 to 15. Alright. And what's the deal with this one? I don't know. It's on a lot of people's radar. Here's the synopsis. It said that when the world dies, the spirit of the first people will return to witness the last days of humanity. Well, the spirits have arrived and the end is here, but not everyone has given up hope. Naledi, a teenage girl living in the deserted city once called Johannesburg, has always believed that there is a land hidden away in time where the gods still live, and where there are gods, there are miracles. Perhaps even miracles that are big enough to save our dying planet. And so after a long time of isolation, Naledi will head out into the unknown with little to hold onto but her faith and her magical pet plant, Buyo. A fairy tale for the times in which we find ourselves, brought to life by South African writer and producer Isaac Mogajani. Alright. And Brazilian artist Santos. Alright. So Living Gods will introduce you to a world of wonder and cruelty, beauty and perseverance, and will leave you profoundly changed. I think a lot of spec people are thinking this book has the opportunity to go further than just the comics. Okay, so this is a fairy tale about a young girl who leaves a deserted city in search of miracles in a land far away, which she believes is inhabited by gods. Alright, and that's it. But for some reason, this book is blowing up, and I do believe that's because people think that this book can go further than, just being a comic. Continuing on, we have Moon Knight number 8. And any other week, Moon Knight number 8 might have been one of my bigger spec books, but this week it's probably the 4th book I'm looking at. Alright, we have the appearance of a character who hasn't been in the comics since 1998, Stained Glass Scarlet. Alright, and then Hunter's Moon is going to take over Moon Knight's vigilante duties in this book. It also seems to be a Devil's Reign tie-in, because it says that right there on the right top corner. We have an awesome cover. Alright, this is Rachel Rosenberg and Corey Smith on this cover, and this is after McNiven. McNiven's been killing these covers so much that they're already doing it in the style that McNiven has been doing the covers in. This Moon Knight series has been by far one of my favorite Moon Knight series to read. Right, Jed McKay is doing an excellent job on this. Right, Hunter's Moon is taking over as the Fist of Khonshu. This book has, some minor spec appeal. That's why it's on the spec list. Last but not least, we got Star Wars Darth Vader number 20, the Sprouse Lucasfilms 50th anniversary variant. And why is this important? Because it's the Mandalorian, alright? We got our boy the Mandalorian, and we got Grogu on the cover of a comic for the first time. And so this comic is probably going for 10, 15 bucks, alright? And there's going to be a second printing, and that's going to be in silver. Boosh. But the gold, that's the one you want. That's the first cover. Alright, and that's the one that's going to be worth something because of the Mandalorian and Grogu. Okay, Mandau and Grogu on the cover for the first time together. Alright, and then you got some Darth Vader back there, some other covers that are actually pretty nice too. And the A cover is nice, but this is the one that people are going to clamor for, the Mandalorian, all because of that first cover appearance together of Mando and Grogu. Okay guys, those were the spec books. Now let's get into some books that I'm looking at for this week just because they look cool. Alright, and one last time, let me just bring this up one last time just so you can see them one last time. These are the books that I'm specking on for this week. Alright, now let's move on to Until My Knuckles Bleed number 1. Now I brought this up as a spotlight book last week because I thought it was coming out last week. It was, promoted as coming out last New Comic Book Day. But no, apparently it drops this New Comic Book Day. Alright, and this is from Victor Santos. He's the writer, he's the artist, he's the cover artist. He's doing it all together. But we have a pretty cool, it just looks like vibe. I get a pretty cool vibe from this book, alright? The 90s were the most extreme age of superheroes, but times have changed. Gavin Hart, aka Damager, now works as a bouncer in a strip club managed by the Russian mob, hangs out sporadically with his ex-Avenged lady, and wrestles with the long-term effects of cyber implants. But fate always keeps one last cheap shot up its sleeve for our hero, or for a hero. This just looks like a really cool book. I don't know what when I look at it, I just think this is going to be pretty cool. And so we have Until My Knuckles Bleed number 1. Now, here's another spotlight book. I was only doing one, now I'm doing 2, but this is a spotlight series. King of Spies number 3 is out. If you have not been reading this, you should. Alright? Issues 1 and 2 were spectacular. I'm really excited for issue 3. This is from Mark Miller and Matteo Scalera. Alright? I'm telling you guys, read this. You have 1 and 2. Issues 1 and 2 are really cool. I don't want to get too far into it because I don't want to ruin the experience for you, but we have a spy who's finally figured out that he was just a tool in the games, that the government that was employing him used them, and so now he's on a mission to for some retribution and to basically just knock some of the worst people in the world out of the world, just get rid of them. So now he's gone rogue. And he's taken out ex-presidents, he's taken out ex-drug lords, ex-crime lords. He's taken out the person who was rude to the server at the restaurant. Alright, he's on a mission just to atone for his sins. And yeah, this looks like a really cool book. If you're wondering what's up with that cover, yes, those are 2 assassins tied to each other, one without arms, one without legs. And they're going to work together in symbiosis as a unit together. Alright guys, so those were my spotlight books. Until My Knuckles Bleed number 1 by Victor Santos, doing all the work, and King of Spies by Mark Miller and Matteo Scalera. Alright, let's get into the rest of the books coming out this week. So we're going to start off with Image, King of Spies, right up there. Boosh. There you go. Monkey Meat. Alright, you got The Prophet number 1 facsimile coming out. Alright, Radiant Black. Do we really need a Prophet facsimile? Alright. And the rest of the books. You got Scorched number 2. Alright, that's That's the book with all the spawns working together as a team, all right, in Russia. And you have Stillwater with a trade coming out, okay? Stillwater, excellent series. If you haven't read that, you should probably do that. That is by Chip Zdarsky, by the way. All right, Dark Horse. And we're going to keep it going. Apache Delivery Service number 2 is out. Number 1 sold out in stores. Apparently people liked it. It was a hot book, flew off the shelves. Issue 1's going to cost you a little bit more than cover price. All right. And here are the rest of the books coming out from Dark Horse. Nice amount of books coming out from Dark Horse. All right, IDW. All right, you got some Rick and Morty, Dungeons and Dragons coming out, and Star Wars Adventures, which people love. You got John Buscema's Marvel Heroes Artist Edition hardcover. All right, and then you got TMNT, Best of Jennica. We're at DC now. All right, Batgirls continues on. Batman and Catwoman's out. Batman Detective hardcover, volume 1 is out. $30 book there. And you got Joker War, the trade out. Plenty of Batman. You got Urban Legends Batman number 12. Alright, you got a Black Adam box set. Black Manta comes to an end with issue 6 of 6. Detective Comics 1052 is out. There has been a Detective Comics every week for I think like the last 4 weeks or so. Look at that. You can see Batwoman in the Batarang there. These covers have been really cool. So if you haven't been reading Detective, it's a good Batman book. It is a good book to read. Some people prefer it over the regular Batman series. Alright. You got more Batman. You got Future State Gotham. You got I Am Batman. The Joker continues on. It's a really good tale. It's a Commissioner Gordon book too. Justice League annuals out. A lot of nice books. Monkey Prince number 1 foil cover and red envelope is out. That is a book that I think right now on eBay is going for $15 to $30, I believe. I can't double check it right now, but I know it's going for more than cover. And cover price is $6. Alright. We got Suicide Squad Blaze number 1. So if you're into the Suicide Squad, that is definitely worth a read. And Superman Son of Kal-El number 8. Alright. We're going to go to Marvel now. A lot of Marvel books. Spider-Man number 88 Beyond is out. And these books tie into the Beyond series of the main run. Okay, but these are offshoots. These aren't part of the main run. These are books on the side. So, and sometimes they focus on Spider-Man and sometimes they focus on other characters within the universe, okay? And then, so this one says, did you think Beyond only had one hero on their payroll? In this issue, the Stingers come out to play. Watch as Hobie Brown ascends to new heights as the Hornet. So Hobie Brown is going to become the Hornet in this book. Don't be surprised if there aren't any other first appearances or something like that in that book. All right, Spider-Man. It's pulling some new characters in. You got Avengers number 53, and that's the Red Panther showing up in that one. All right, so that might be a book to grab if you can find it. What else? We got Devil's Reign number 4 of 6 coming out. Okay, Devil's Reign's been a pretty good series. It's pretty much the major event happening right now in the Marvel Universe. We got Edge of Spider-Verse number 2. I probably could have thrown that on the spec book list, but I did not. But yeah, grab that if you see it. It's probably the cheapest you're going to get an Edge of Spider-Verse number 2 for. The facsimile. Alright, Kate Bishop number 4 of 5 is coming out. That's a fun series. Love me some Pizza Dog. Alright. What else? Maestro's there. A lot of people have been digging Maestro. Moon Knight number 8, which we brought up. That looks like it's going to be a really good issue. Darth Vader number 20. If you can get that Sprouse Lucasfilms cover, go ahead. If not, grab the A or the B cover because they're both pretty cool too. I prefer the A over the B, but both really cool books. Star Wars High Republic Trail of Shadows number 5 of 5 is out. So grab that as that's coming to an end. And then X Deaths of Wolverine number 2. Alright, moving on to Dynamite. And as always, we have a ton of heroines coming out of Dynamite. You got Army of Darkness continuing on, Draculina continuing on, and a whole host of other heroines. You got Evil Ernie number 3, Jennifer Blood, lots and lots of covers as you can see here, Sheena, Vampirella, and we're on to the next one. We're on to Boom Studios, where you got your Faithless, you got your Buffy, the Last Vampire Slayer, where, you know, she's kind of in the future, post-apocalyptic, you know the drill. Firefly, Magic the Gathering, Mighty Morphin for you Power Rangers fans, and 7 Secrets, which I heard is bananas. Unfortunately, I haven't kept up with it, but maybe I will find time to jump back on. And now we have the rest of the books coming out this week. And what do we got here? Some Baby Teeth, some Blade Runner for you Blade Runner fans. Lots and lots of good books. As always, comic fans, keep your eyes out. There's always a ton of good books coming out. And these are just the ones that, you know, Previews World shows you. There's always a couple out there that, you know, aren't distributed by them that they won't show. So keep your eye out. You never know what you're going to find when you're going to find some magic, some goodness out there. Land of the Living Gods, which we brought up, is there. That book's going, like I said, for $20-30 on eBay. It seems like a good fairy tale type deal. Maybe it'll be the next Canto. We'll see. I mean, totally different, but possibly the same. Never Never Trade is coming out. That was an interesting take on Neverland. And here are the rest of the books. We're almost at the end. Comic fans, do what you do. I'm gonna do what I do. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Go ahead and throw me a thumbs up if you like the content, and comment down below. Do what you do. I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna get ready for this week's books. Peace!